Hey everybody, thanks for coming back to my channel. This is Bradford, your carnivore curmudgeon. And if you need a reminder, I am an actual carnivore. I am not an actual curmudgeon, damn it. And today I thought I'd just share with you a very quick and easy carnivore breakfast sausage chaffle. If you've been around carnivore or low carb for very long, you know what a chaffle is, so I won't explain that. But all you need is a few easy ingredients. Those ingredients include a half a cup of finely shredded cheese for every 2 eggs, depending on how many of these you want to make. And of course, you're going to want some breakfast sausage to make up that breakfast sausage component of the breakfast sausage chaffle, about 1/4 to a half a pound. You may have some left over. And then, as stated before, 2 eggs for every half a cup of the finely shredded cheese. I used mozzarella in this. So step 1, I highly encourage you, if you don't already, to shred your own cheese. When you buy it in a block form and you shred it yourself, you are eliminating many of the anticoagulants and other nasty bits that might be in the cheese to keep it looking proper and not sticking together. You know, if melted cheese or cheese that sticks together is your biggest problem in life, you got things going pretty good. So just want to encourage that. Now, I did make a mistake and grate this in a coarse grind instead of a fine grind. You definitely want the finely grated cheese, not the coarse grind. Next step is to take, as I said, 1/4 to a half a pound. You will probably have some sausage left over, but that's also a good problem to have. And I just start by giving myself a head start on crisping up this breakfast sausage by making it into smaller chunks before I ever even put it on the burner. Seems like I wrestle with it a whole lot less when I do it this way versus putting it in great big chunks and then trying to chop it up. I'm going to chop it up more finely later as it cooks. And you don't want too big of chunks when the product is finished, because, you know, chaffles are not very big. So you want sort of some larger and smaller pieces so that you can mix it up in your chaffle. Next, it's time to fry up that breakfast sausage. And for me, I like it just before it starts to get crispy brown on the outside. But you do you, however you like to do it. I personally do stir mine a lot to keep it from being pink in the middle and getting nearly black on the outside. By the way, this is Bob Evans breakfast sausage I used in this case, which has some pretty clean ingredients. I was not aware until I bought this recently, and it has a really nice breakfasty flavor as well. So I keep stirring this up, and then I get myself one of these little, I think they're supposed to be meant for scooping things that you've diced up, but I use it to whack the crap out of the ground beef or ground sausage until I can get the consistency that I like. It chops through there nicer than the flimsy spatulas, or as they're now called, turners. Yeah, what's this world coming to? Next, after the sausage is browned up, we're going to put in 2 eggs for every 1/2 cup of the shredded cheese. And as I mentioned before, please remember to finely shred it. The consistency comes out much better when you finely shred it. 2 eggs for every 1/2 cup. Give it a good stir with a spatula or a fork until it's really well incorporatoire. Now, be aware that as you make your chaffles, if you're using one little chaffle maker like I have, in between batches, some of the egg and the cheese is going to separate. So you're going to have to stir this again and again in between batches just to keep it the right consistency. And yes, you can use a big waffle maker that makes 4 waffles at a time. I just happen to have one of these tiny little Dash waffle makers. We don't eat waffles at our house. The only time we use this is for chaffles like this, which come in handy. In fact, my wife said after she tasted this particular breakfast sausage chaffle that was a keeper, and she said I could make that every week just to have on hand. and they did get eaten up. They make good snacks on their own, or meals with maybe an extra egg or some cheese. They can be the top and bottom bun of a breakfast sandwich. Let your imagination run wild, you naughty, naughty meat eater, you. And just check it after a while and you'll know when it's done and done and done and done and done and done. They're going to be firm enough to pick up, but they're still going to be soft. Don't worry, they'll harden up a little bit after you get them on the rack to cool. And really from there, it's just rinse and repeat. This batch will make anywhere from 3 to 4 to 5 to 6. It just depends. It comes out different every time I do this. So dazzle your friends, influence people, or just enjoy them yourself. Whatever you want to do, I think you'll find that this can come in handy even if you don't make them every week. This can be a nice thing to have in the refrigerator, a go-to to grab and to enjoy from time to time. Hey, thanks for tuning in and watching. I hope to see you next time.